Your finances can only be as strong as the institution you have them in. Combining that with your own financial skills will make sure you're in the best financial standing of your life. And here to talk to us more about this is our favorite, the always fabulous, the always incredible, the incomparable Amy McGraw from Tropical Financial Credit Union. Amy, it's so good to see your sunshiny face this morning.
Oh, it's good to see you too, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful to have you here. This book, The Richest Man in Babylon. This is a read that we both have talked about. It has so many gems for financial success. One of the things that resonated with me and has resonated in my life that I've heard time and time again that is also mentioned in this book is the notion of paying yourself first. Dive into that for our audience.
Absolutely. This is a book. I actually tell people this is a really good book to give to teenagers. You can see a very short read, but if you can get past all the old English these and thous, the principles are really, really important and really can make a difference in your overall life. So it's good to start early. But yeah, the phrase "pay yourself first" was coined by this author in the 1920s. This was actually written in the 1920s. And everything in this book, no matter how digital savvy you are or what ways you access your money, or how you spend your money, this book, the concepts are still ringing very, very true. And it starts with that number one concept, and that is the idea of savings and paying yourself first. They actually say, start thy purse to fattening. That's the phrase. And that just basically means to save money. A good rule of thumb is 20% of your paycheck put aside into savings, 15% toward retirement, and 5% toward an emergency fund.
Which is not a lot if you equate the percentages of what you're putting away. Some people watching, though, Amy, may think, hey, I may not make enough to do that. What do you say to them?
You actually, there's a really neat social experiment that was done it started up in Michigan, and it was called lottery linked savings. And the idea behind it was that you you put some money into a CD. It's kind of like a lottery ticket. And they would give away prize money at the end of every month and a big, huge, like $100,000 at the end of the year. The idea is that people spend money on lottery thinking they're going to get rich quick types of ideas, right? And you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning like 7 times rather than winning the lottery. But people do this because they think they can get rich quick. And actually, there's actually one of the 7 principles in here. And let me see, it's called Guard thy treasures from loss. And that basically means if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. If you play the lottery or any type of gambling, think what you could do if you put that money aside. Everybody can put a little bit aside. If you can't put 20% aside, I get it. Some of us live paycheck to paycheck. But think of the different ways of things that you spend money on that just maybe Starbucks or coffees or other things that maybe if you just did it, cut back a little bit, even if you're just saving a little bit at a time. Do you know that if you were to take the days of the week, there's a 52-week challenge. And if you took every day or every week 1 through week 52, and put that amount of money aside into a savings account, you'd have over $1,300 at the end of the year. The social experiment in Michigan proved that people who said they cannot save actually were saving close to $1,000 a year. And these were people who were living paycheck to paycheck. It is possible. You just have to do it consciously and consistently, and it's also about being mindful where you're putting your money. You mentioned Starbucks. Hello, me every day, but that adds up, and honestly, Jason, we don't want to tell people at Tropical, we have a program called Get Beyond Money, and it's judgment-free guidance. We don't want to tell people you can't have Starbucks. It isn't about stopping yourself from having something that brings you joy. If Starbucks brings you joy, then by gosh, have your Starbucks. But find out a way maybe you can drive for Uber or Lyft a couple days a week and make that your Starbucks money. And then you still are able to take your regular paycheck and put it aside. The point is you got to kind of be creative and think out of the box. The book is The Richest Man in Babylon, a great read if you want to get on the road to financial success. And Amy, thank you for your time. Absolutely, Jason. Thank you.